Hi, my name is Laura and welcome to my channel, Why the Book Wins. And before I get into today's video, I would like to ask if you are not a subscriber, if you could subscribe to my channel. I post mainly book-related content, sometimes movie-related as well, but I definitely lean more into books. So I collect vintage books and special edition books, and so I'd like to show off my books and talk about them and give brief reviews in my book haul videos. And I also do book and movie comparisons where I compare the book with its movie adaptation. So I do a lot of those if that interests you. Yeah, so if you love books, definitely subscribe to my channel and you can get more book related content. Anyway, for today's video, I am showing my collections of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, or Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And so to get into a quick review for this book, so the first one I'll show is this one, which is a translation by Keith Harrison, and it has a foreword by Helen Cooper. And so this is the version I read for the first time, and there are editions out there. So to start, The Green Knight was written in the 1300s, so it's written in like medieval language, and there are editions that have been modernized, but I prefer reading ones that are as similar to the original as possible, and I highly recommend this edition. It's not illustrated, this is just, the poem itself or short story. And so I had heard of Sir Gawain because I was into, like King Arthur stories and stuff. However, I had never read this story before, and I saw the movie when it came out, and I went into it not knowing at all what to expect, and I ended up loving that movie so much. I highly recommend it. And because I loved that movie, I ended up reading the poem, and then I did a book and movie comparison, so I will link down to that below if you want to check that out. I go in depth into the book and movie and just explain it, because the movie can be hard to understand sometimes, and so I explain the movie and the symbolism and the meaning and compare it with the poem. So yeah, I ended up becoming a little obsessed. And there are so many editions of this out there, and so many editions that have illustrations. And I love books with illustrations, and so I have bought a few different versions of The Green Knight. And so today I thought I would share those with you. But as a book review, highly recommend. Like, to anybody, really. Anybody could appreciate this story and really like it. And it's short. Like, part of this is just, like, that part right there is just the poem. And so it's a quick read for sure. Anyway, highly recommend. And so yeah, this is the first copy I will show, which is just a basic paperback, nothing too special. I actually got this one before I really started book collecting, and so I ended up going with a kind of run-of-the-mill edition. Having said that, this is the edition I read, and I really liked Helen Cooper's analysis of the poem, and so it was really interesting hearing, I think she's a historian, so it was interesting hearing what she said about the poem. So anyway, this is a good one. If you've never read it, you should read this version. And next up is an edition that, I don't know, I was super excited about it when I bought it. And then when it arrived in the mail, I was a little disappointed. And for one, it is huge. Like, look at how big this is. Who needs a book this size? So that was the biggest thing. That is maybe the biggest thing, where I just wish it was like a normal book size. Like, why do you have to make this so huge? But I do love the spine right there. That's cool. Anyway, so to show you this one, also you have that. So this is a 1971 edition, printed for the members of the Limited Editions Club, New York, 1971. And I think there might be older editions of this as well, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, this one is from 1971. And it does have illustrations, but the illustrations, like, they're not black and white, but they're just one color, which, I don't know, they're still cool. But anyway, so here's the title page. And so I'm getting a sample of what the illustrations look like. And one thing that is really cool about this one, it's hard to manage because it's so big, but one thing that is cool about this is that side by side with the translated version, it has the medieval version right next to it. So I will show you. So this one right here is like medieval writing, and then the one beside it is the translation. So I thought that was really cool. And that page I showed you has like a crease in it, but anyway. So overall, even though when I first got this, I was kind of like disappointed in some ways, for the most part, I have decided that I am happy with it. And here is one of the bigger illustrations. And let's see if I can find you one more. Here we go. So yeah, this one, like I said, I don't know, it's just so big. I guess that really is the biggest downside. But aside from that, I mean, I like the illustrations too. I generally like it when they're in color. Well, that's not true. I like black and white too, but anyway, I wish it was smaller. So if you see this one online, just be aware that it is gigantic. But it is unabridged, which it's funny that there's abridged versions of this because it's already pretty short, but yeah, and then like I said, I like that it has the original writing in there, so that's cool to compare the two. But anyway, so on to my next one. So next up is an edition from the 80s, and this one is abridged, but it is this one. And if you like Google search The Green Knight, illustrations from this book are for sure to pop up on Google Images, but I really like them. So this one is from 1981 and illustrated by Juan Wingard. But yeah, they're really pretty. And this one is also, again, not only is it abridged, but it's written in like modern language. But I don't know if it's like targeted towards kids, so maybe that's why that it's shorter. But I mainly got this one for the illustrations, really, and it is like a good collector's item too, like this specific edition. So it was just hard to turn down. I'm trying to find another illustration to show you. So here we go. So yeah, beautiful illustrations, and the book itself is in great condition. It's from the 80s, so it's not like it's that old, but yeah, I'm really happy with this one. So it's words by Selena Hastings, illustrations by Juan Wingard right there. So yeah, if you are interested in collecting books of the Green Knight like I am, I definitely recommend adding this one to your collection. So pretty happy with this one. Next up is a book that I showed in one of my, I think it was, depending on when I post this video, I think it will have been last week's vintage book collection, because this one is from 1944, and this one was printed in England, and it has the book jacket. And if you're curious, without the book jacket, it just looks like that. And so this one is an edition translated by M.R. Ridley, M.A., with 8 color plates by Hope Bourne. And here's this page. So this one, it is also modernized, whereas like I said, that giant book, as well as this one, is written in a more, you know, traditional medieval way. So this one is modernized, but that's okay. And I love the illustrations. And I'll find another one. And I'll do one more just because I like them. So yeah, I am really happy with this one. Like I said, this is the oldest edition of The Green Knight that I own. I have been eyeing some older editions online, so in the coming future, you may see me adding even more to my collection. But yeah, I'm really happy with this edition. Love the illustrations. I also love the size. Like, it's not tiny, but it's almost just like the perfect little size. So yeah, this is this edition of The Green Knight from 1944. And last but not least, this video has gone by quick, but the last one I have is from the 60s, and this one is called The Challenge of the Green Knight, and the illustrations are by Victor A. Ambrose, and that is the cover, so how awesome is that? And so this one is slightly abridged, but for the most part it keeps the majority of the story. And it has black and white illustrations mixed in with the color illustrations. And let's see another one, like this one. And yeah, so I'm really happy with this one. And even the black and white, like I said, like they're just so detailed and beautiful. So So very happy with this. Without the book jacket, very boring. It's just green, which I don't know. I like when books, even without the book jacket, are still interesting, whereas this one isn't really. But anyway, like I said, this one is from 1968. And this one also happens to be the first edition of this one. Or sorry, it's 1966. But yeah, so this one is also like a first edition. It's not like the first printing ever of the Green Knight, obviously, but it's the first edition of this one. And we have the back of the cover right there. So yeah, this is the latest one I have added. And I should get the J.R.R. Tolkien translation because that one is very popular. However, the ones I've seen, for one, they're super expensive, and two, they don't have illustrations. However, I probably will get it at some point. And then there's another one from the 1920s, which is a combination of Beowulf and the Green Knight together in one book. So I would love to get that one as well. And then there is the Folio Society edition, which I have also had my eye on. So there's like 3 just right there that I would like to add at some point. But for now, I am content with the 5 ones that I have currently. But yeah, so obviously I am obsessed with the Green Knight. Highly recommend that movie, and highly recommend the book itself too, because I really loved both of them. And again, don't forget to subscribe to my video if you enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up. And I would love for you to comment your thoughts down below. I love interacting with people that watch my videos. But yeah, I guess that wraps it up for my Sunday book video, which, by the way, every Sunday is when I share books from my collection. So if you enjoy it, if you enjoy that, subscribe, and you can, and also go and check out my page and see my other book haul videos that I have. So I keep them all in one playlist to make it easy for you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.